Hello everybody. So today we have reached level 50. We're just going to be discussing the level 50 build so far, how it's been doing, and where we're going to be going next. So let's pull it up. So we are exactly where we wanted to be with our 20 endurance, 24 achievement, and 30 intelligence. That's going to have unlocked a good variety of spells for us, which we are going to be looking at now. Gear wise, we're still rocking the same kind of gear. Of course, like I was saying before, once we start getting into like some real fighting and into some deeper areas where we're getting more souls naturally, we will be switching out to some of the more useful rings rather than just acquiring spells. Of course, we have things like the Deep Ring, Estus Ring in particular, or the Eldritch Sapphire, although I happen to think the Estus one will probably recover more as healing and recovering more MP. Oh no, it's just HP. Okay, so that doesn't actually affect that. But I still think better healing will be more beneficial than recovering a small amount of FP from backstabs, although I may have to test it to see how much we actually get back out of it. So that's what we've got so far. Still wearing the same kind of armor for now. Just make sure you keep a fairly full set of armor on is pretty imperative. And then we are still using the storyteller staff, but the oh wow, which it has eclipsed the heretic staff in terms of scaling, which is interesting. So maybe the heretic staff must have a higher starting spell buffing stat, and then we have the sorcerer staff, which is slightly overtaken us, which is of course what is happening as the intelligence is rising. And Heisel's pick really isn't very far behind. I'm looking forward to testing that out, seeing how it forms. So you know, really our main weapons at the moment are looking to be light raw weapons, crystal weapons, and all that kind of stuff, but we've not had too much opportunity to test all of those out side by side yet. So once I get a good selection, we will be doing that. I do actually want to try the S-Stock to see kind of how that fits in with this build, as it is basically just a longer rapier, although I think it requires more dex, which may mean that we need to start putting points into that. Of course, again, there is the crystal rapier, but I don't know, I just can't see all those levels in dex and strength, man. Like what, we need to put 6 into both strength and dexterity to wield that. So that's 12 levels. 12 levels to use the Crystal Sage's Rapier. What I will do, once I have got... I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. Once I have in fact got enough levels to be able to wield everything at the same time, I will essentially pick out what the highest stats are for an int weapon. It's probably going to be the Moonlight Greatsword for strength. And then we are going to get all of the stats together. Probably take some points out of our vigor and endurance stats temporarily, just to kind of boost the other stats that we need to test them with, and then kind of put them against the test in different areas or something, and then you know, we can decide, or at least you can see and decide which one you prefer to use, because that is obviously what matters the most. Because you know, if you prefer that little bit of extra damage, that 1 point, if that matters to you, go ahead and use it. If you want to use the Heisel pick, I mean, I think at the moment that is the most flexible weapon we can be using, as its ability to chant also buffs its own attack damage, so thereby you won't even need to use magic weapon on it, which saves you a spell slot. So you know, and then as soon as someone comes near, you can bop them on the head with it. With your light attack, and your heavy attack becomes your spells, which, you know, you can turn your heavy attack into Farum Flash Sword, which is going to be fine. So it just seems like an all-round good weapon to me, especially for casters. So you know, once we get a chance, we will be looking at that. Also, I noticed that turning something crystal makes quite a big difference in terms of damage for the scaling. Like if we have a look at this on the rapier now, now that it's +5 and we've got 30 intelligence, it is going to be putting out some pretty nice stats for us as well. So you know, you could pick a weapon you like and simply infuse it with crystal, thereby bypassing the need to be using the Sage's Rapier, because you know that isn't far off the Sage's Rapier's damage, and it needs far less stats to wield. It's got itself the A scale in intelligence because it's crystal, and you know that's still got another 5 levels to go, whereas the Sage's Rapier is only actually going to get to +5. So you know there are advantages to be had there too. So that is a quick look at where we're at, where we are planning to take this sorcerer in the next few levels. I hope you know you guys have enjoyed the video. It makes sense and you've understood what I've been saying, but I think we're looking pretty strong, to be honest. So I guess all that's left is what we're going to be doing for the next 10 levels. So the next 10 levels we're going to be looking to get intelligence up to 35, vitality is going to be coming up to 10, so you know that's going to be taking us up 8 levels. And you know, from there, once we get to that point, I guess we can decide what we want to do in the next couple of levels after that. But you know, it depends on kind of what is becoming more prominent for us, and if you know we're starting to get hold of things like Crystal Soul Spear, which are going to need higher intelligence to use, especially like you know we're going to want Crystal Homing Soul Mass and all that kind of stuff. Intelligence is going to need to hit 50. Of course, there may be like the odd point in strength we need to put in to use a weapon, particularly if we want to use the heretic staff. And vitality we need to kind of raise until we can hit 30% equip load, because I do very much want the fast roll. Because you know we're not going to be spending that many points in vitality. We are going to be wearing light armor, so we need to make sure that we are wearing the best of the light armor that we can be putting on, and you know just making the most of it really. So once we get a few more armor sets under our belt, we can take a good look at that as well. Although we may take a look at obviously maybe upping it while we are just you know hitting 70. But that is the aim. We want to try and aim to get fast roll while we're wearing lightish armor. I mean, I don't know, let's sort this into weight. So the unfortunate thing is we've only got ladies gear. I mean for point 2 I don't know what that's giving us. No, we don't really want Pyromancer Guard for point 2 heavier. Or the Conjurator. So you know, we are wearing a pretty competent set when you look at kind of what everything else is doing. So we are going to be sticking that way round. So I hope this is good for you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.